بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Today, inshallah, we are going to continue our lab practices. Yesterday, we have finished the lab practice number 3. I left about 4 points, 4 questions for you to answer them. Anyone has a question or any difficulty with lab practice 3? Anyone has difficulty? Okay, so I will assume that everything is going well. For now, today our class is only 1 hour, so we'll try to make it as quickly as we can. So here we will start with the questions directly. I have to open the SQL developer first. Have you created the HR schema on your database? Guys, hello? Hello?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, looks like everybody is sleeping. Yeah. Did you create the HR schema on your database?
Not yet.
Not yet.
What do you still waiting? You have to create it as soon as possible to continue with your labs, with your lab practices, and to do some practice, especially in the semester break. And also the last time I told you that we have to select groups, right? We have to form groups. Only group number 1 has been formed. So what's about the other groups? What's about the other groups? Have you formed your groups or not?
Yes, we have, sir. But
Okay,
but we haven't decided the topic yet.
Nobody informed. Oh my God. Nobody asked you to decide the topic. Close your mic, please.
Mr. Munakam.
Okay. Nobody asked you to decide the topic yet. I asked you to form your groups and write it in the WhatsApp because I need to prepare my Excel sheets and everything for the assessment. So please, after you form your group, put the names into the WhatsApp group. Okay, as soon as possible, before the end of this week. Okay, then after that we actually we should decide also the topic, but you are very late. I don't know what to do. Maybe you want to decide the topic during the semester break. I don't know. So it's up to you. We supposed to start working the beginning of week 8. So after the semester break, immediately we're supposed to start working, practically working. So if you are late, you did not form your group, you did not find the topic, then this will be an issue. I cannot start with every group separately. We have to start together. So if you are late, this is your loss. I can't do anything for you. Okay, guys? So please be on time. Prepare. Form your group and prepare your topic first to send to me. Then I have to confirm: is it okay or not? Because some students sometimes bring me some topics that's very hard to implement for your level. Okay. I don't want to talk too much about it. So I already informed you. You have to prepare your group. You have to select the topic. That's all. Don't forget to record your attendance as well. Then here we have our database already open.
Doctor,
Yes.
I have a question. For
Yes.
the HR, right? We
Yeah.
just download it to our computer and then we just open it in the Oracle, right?
Yes. Open it in the Oracle, then press the second button to run as script.
Second button. I did not recognize it last class. So where's the button, Doctor?
Okay, let my thing open here. This second button. I many times repeated this, but you don't pay attention. So
No,
this
because my connection last class is so slow. So
is not
I
all is
sometimes it
not
cut.
mentioned only in the last class. I mentioned many times even before. No problem. Don't worry about it. So the first button here is to run one statement, single statement, but or the selected part. So here, if you want to select something and run it together, you have to press this button. But if you want to run the entire script that you already opened as a file here, you click the second button here or press F5. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So here, make sure that everything is available. Okay. Let us start with the lab practice 4. So the first thing here, they ask us to display the employee ID, their first names and last names, join it together, the length of the employee last name and the numeric position of the letter A in the employee last name for those whose last names end with the letter N. Really confusing. Okay, this is my answer actually. It's last year. Let us read again. Display the employee ID, first name and last name, join it together. Length of employee last name. We need to show the length of the employee last name. And then the numeric position of the letter A in the employee last name for those whose last names end with the letter N. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here, you can take this. I give you the answer as well, but you're supposed to try by yourself. You're supposed to try by yourself first. Then, if you answered or not answered, try to compare with my answer. So here, the employee ID, first name and last name, combine it together. Then we need to show the length of the last name as a number. Then we need to check the letter A position in the last name. So here, this will show the place, the number, integer number, which is the place of the letter A in the string of the last name. So here we rename it as position of A. Then here, from employee, where last name like this, because we want to do that. We want to do all of this stuff for employees whose name ends with letter N. Okay, so that's why we need to filter the stuff. Okay, it works. So here, let us see employee number, full name. The length of the full name is 7 letters. The length of the last name, actually, it's 7 letters. Why? Because last name is this: DE space This is 3 places. 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one, Austin, is 6 letters. So this one, position of letter A here doesn't have letter A in the last name. But here they have letter A at the position number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first A is number 5. So if we want to see the position of the letter A, the second time for the letter A, second appearance, then here we have to mention the second appearance. Okay? Otherwise, we keep it like that. Is there any question? Is there any
No,
question?
Doctor.
Clear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2, write a query. Actually, I'm going to cover this. Write a query to display the current date, label the column as date. So the current date is, there is 3 types of showing the current date, 3 ways. Okay, so here we can use either one. So the first one here is to deal with a table called dual. This table is the 3 queries actually from the table called dual. This table actually is a system table, and it has the, many information about the system. One of them is the date of today. So here we can select system date or sysdate as we rename it as date from dual. This is the normal way. So if we run this, we see the result as you can see here. Okay, suppose that we want to format, or we want to for example show the time only, then we need to use formatting, and also we need to extract. We need to know how to extract the time only from the system date, because system date includes the date and time together. So here what we need to do is to find the date and time as this format, which is HH means for the hour, 2 places, for the minutes is 2 places, for the seconds is 2 places, separated by colons. Okay, so here this format actually is going to be passed to the toChar function with the system date field. This field is the same field as we used here. So the content of the field is not only this, it includes also the date as well. So here this function will take this date and then will take only this part. Will take only this part. And we will rename it as time. Okay, so we can see here, this is the time, 10:19. You can see my laptop time is 10:19, right? As the bottom right here. So it's the same time, right? So this is the current date and time. This field shows the current date and time of the system. Then here we can use different way using the toChar function in the same manner for the same field, which is the system date or sysdate, then comma, and after that we can give different format. So the format here is two places for the date, 3 places for the month, which is here written as letters, and 4 places for the year, instead of showing only 2 places as the first one here. It shows only 2 places. So here, if we want 2 places, we can remove this, or otherwise we keep 4 places to show the year, like 2020 or 1999, for example, or something like that. Then we keep space here, and after that we have 2 places for the hour, 2 places for the minute, 2 places for the second, and here we show it, we rename it as date and time from the same table. Okay, so here how we can play with the format. Okay, also if we want to show if we want to show the date in different format, not as the basic format that we used before here, we also can use this here, and we can say date. So this will show us the full year. Okay. Also, it's supposed to be okay if you want to change the style like that. You can use whatever. So also if you want to use comma, for example, or whatever, it's up to you. Okay. So this is in your hand. The formatting part is in your hand. You can play with it as you want. So that's all about the extracting or retrieving the system date and time. Then, is there any question here?
No.
Okay. Number 3, write a query to display the last name and the number of weeks employed for all employees in department 60. Round the weeks into nearest total week. So here we want to do, we want to play with date. Okay, as you can see here, we took the current date, and we minus it from the higher date. We minus the higher date to see the to find the period of employability. Okay, so here, if we took this, okay, number of weeks here is shown as this equation. Okay, so here we did substitution of the higher date from the current date to find how many days of this employee working in this position. Then we divided by 7 to count the weeks, and that value will be rounded to the nearest number, to the nearest integer number. Okay, so here we can see we rename it as number of weeks. So easily date could be involved in some operations like substitution, addition, division, whatever. Okay, so if let's say we want to count how many months, then we can divide by 30 and we call it months. Here, number of months. Okay, and also we can divide by 365 and we call it number of years, right? So here we can run again. Too much. Okay, anyway, even though this function could work easily, but we still have other functions that could find the year only from the higher date, and also could retrieve the date only, the year only from the current date. Then we substitute them directly to count how many years. Okay, so for the year itself, it's easy. We can make it different way also, or using this way. So at first we count how many days, then after that we can manipulate them to show, for example, weeks, months, or years, or even decades. So if we want to count how many decades, so decade, so we divide by 3650, that means 10 years, and we run. So that the first guy is 3 decades. Okay, is that easy, guys, or not?
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah. The HR department need a report to display the employee number, last name, salary, and salary increased by 15.5%, expressed as a whole number. For each employee, label the column new salary. So if let's say we want to show the salary increased by 15.5, so here we can make the things like this. Okay, so now here what do we have? Here they want us to show. Let me select start from employees first, then after that I can delete this start as I mentioned last time. Then we need to show the employee number. Let us show the employees here to see the fields. Employee ID, employee ID, comma, last name, comma, and salary. Okay, so here, if let's say we run, we can see the salary here. Suppose that the company wants to increase the salary for its employees by 15.5%. So in this case, if let's say they want to study what's the effects, for example, then they may need this kind of report. So in this case, they need to calculate the salary increased by 15.5. So do you know how to calculate the salary increased by 15.5? Anyone could help? How we can calculate this? Hello? Sleeping, huh? Anyone can help? So actually there are two main
Calculate
ways.
salary lah, Doctor.
Yeah, we want to calculate the new salary increased by 15.5%. So the new salary is supposed to be calculated in two main ways. Can you tell me one way? Because this one is here will you need to rely on your mathematics. The very simple mathematics. Okay, so the first way that I prefer is to consider that the first salary is 100%, then we want to increase 15.5, so together should become 115.5, right? So we multiply by 115.5 like this. Okay, divided by 100. Okay, let us try. Yes, works, right? Okay, this one, to understand it, it's very simple. Very simple. So if we divide this value by this value, that means we put the comma here. So sorry, the dot, the floating point here, and we remove that. So we increase the salary by this part. Okay, so it's the same way, really the same way. Okay, I will take this, Control C, Control Z. I will keep the first one and the second one. It's the same thing, exactly the same thing. Okay, the same result, you see. So if I say increase by 50%, for example, if you want to increase by 50%, then you multiply by 1.5. If I ask you to increase by 25%, then you multiply by 1.25. like this. Very simple. No need to write all of this stuff here. Just simplify it to yourself. Because this one is very common. When we deal with programming, in many cases we need to know how to calculate the percentage, how to calculate the increase, the decrease, and so on. The other way, actually, the original way of calculating this is to calculate the salary, the original salary, plus the increment. Increment I will put here between the brackets to let you understand it. So here we need to take the salary times 15.5 divided by 100. So this one means 15.5%, right? So this is the increase here. This is the increase plus the original salary. Okay, let us see the result. What we have done. Oh, this one is sorry. This one we make it 25. So it's supposed to be like that. Okay, the result now is the same, right? As you can see. So which one is easier? This one or that one?
The first one.
Yeah, the first one is much easier, right? Even much easier to understand. So here we can say new salary. New salary. Okay. Done. Okay. Then here add column that subtracts the old salary from the new salary. Label the column salary, the column increase. The new column we need to name it as increase. So here we need to continue the same number 4 on the same query. We need to insert to add a new column to show only the increase. To show only the increase. Rounded or not rounded actually is another thing. So here you know how to use the round function, right? So here, do they mention the round here? Use round function. Yeah, we forget to use round function. So for here, we need to use the round function. We need to mention this like that. Then we put round. Okay. Because here some of them has 0.5 as you can see here, many of them has some fraction. Okay, so we need to use round function to get rid of that fractions. Okay, then here this is the new salary, this is the old salary, and this is the new salary. Now we need to show the increase. Okay, how we calculate the increase? I already calculated, right? I already calculated for you. So what we need to do, we need to use the round. Then the calculation of the salary increase is to take the salary, multiply it by 0.155, right? So 155 means 15.5. So this 155 actually is the part we increased here. Okay, so we can easily calculate the increase only by this way as increase. Okay, so here this is the increase. 3720 plus 24,000, it will become 27,720. Correct. Okay. Then here, this is number 5 done. Number 6, write a query that displays the last name with the first letter uppercase and all other letters lowercase, and the length of the last name for all employees whose name starts with the letters J, A, or M. Give each column an appropriate label. Sort the results by the employee's last name. Okay, this is very simple. Okay, I'm not going to write it from scratch because it will take time. So here, the first thing they ask us to show the last name with only the first letter as capital. Okay, so we need to use the initial cap function. Okay, so this function will make the first letter only capital and the rest of the letters will become small. We rename it as last name. Then we want to show the length of the last name. So how many letters it contains. And we rename that column as length for from employees. Then after that we need to run the condition here because they said for all employees whose names start with the letters J, A, or M. So we have this condition, right? So here we need to implement it in the where clause. So last name like start with J, or last name like start with A, or last name like start with M. And then they ask us to order by, sort the results by the employee's last name. So we need to order by the last name. Okay. So here what we need to do is to run, and here to show all names. So what names do we have? All names start with A, all names start with J, all names start with letter M. And here are the lengths of every name. So as you can see here, all names are sorted ascendingly. So if we want to sort descendingly, then we say descending. It will show from M to A. Okay. We have taken all of this stuff before, but we need to do the practice in order to recap. Here, number 7, the HR department wants to find the length of employment for each employee. Length of employment means the period of time. Okay, for each employee, display the last name and calculate the number of months between today and the date on which the employee was hired. Label the column as months worked. Order your results by the number of months employed. Round the number of months up to the closest whole number. So it's very easy, as we just taken just now in one of the questions before. So this function actually is to, or this question can be solved by subtracting the higher date from the current date. Then we can divide by 30 to count how many months we have. Okay, so we have done this before. Then after we finish the calculation, we can use the alias name for that criteria, for that formula. We can use the alias name and we can sort the result by the alias name of month's work. Okay, it's easy. Okay, so we can see here the first is the lowest number of months. Here. So if we want to start with the with employees who are older, so in this case we have to use descending to start with the elder staff. So here we can see King is 407 and so on. Okay, any question yet? No question, guys?
No, doctor.
Okay, So I will continue. I will stop asking you if there is any question or not. But if you have any question, just stop me and ask your question, okay? So I will stop asking.
Okay, Doctor.
Yeah, maybe we save a little time. Okay. Create a query to display the last name and salary for all employees. So we need to display last name and salary for all employees. Format the salary to be 15 character long, left padded with the sign dollar symbol. So we mentioned here in the question left pad. So what we need to use is the Lpat function. So the Lpat function, we give the salary field, we tell what's the new length that we want and how we want to fill the empty places. Okay, and we rename that field by salary. Okay, very simple. We also explained this before, but anyway, we want to rerun. So as you can see here, what we have is the new salaries filled by sign dollar. If let's say we want to fill by dot, we can also fill by dot. You can see the result much clearer. Okay, so if we change by R pad, which is the right pad, we will see that the number will be shifted to the left side, and the right side will be filled by the dots. Okay, so here if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits here, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it's 15 as we mentioned here. Here, number 9, create a query that displays the employees, last names, and commission amounts. If an employee doesn't earn commission, show 0. Label the column com by com. This is the new name for the commission. Hint, use NVL. So NVL is what they call it, null value function. So in this case, we want to check if the commission is null, we replace the null value by 0. Okay, easy. Last name here, this is the commission. So some of users has I will show you here, some of the employees earn nothing, null. Okay, so as you can see here, many of them earn null. Okay, so how we display this null as 0? We use the NVL null value, then we check the commission BCT. If it's null, we replace it by 0. If it's not null, then we keep the original value. Then this is the new name. Okay, as easy as that, guys. There is nothing hard to understand. Okay, this is the original
Doctor?
This one is replaced. Yes.
Doctor, for this for this lab, right? So if we need to change something, or we just copy and paste only?
No, I don't want you to copy and paste. For this lab, I need you to read the question here by yourself and don't look at this. If you want to learn, don't look at this. Okay? But I put it only to confirm your result. After you try, maybe you try and success, then after that you can compare your answer by to my answer. Okay? The other thing, if you fail, you will find a solution. So if let's say you failed, you cannot answer number 9, for example, then you tried many times, then you came to the Word file here and you check my answer, try to understand it. Not only to copy and paste. If you copy and paste, you will never learn anything. Okay? Try guys to play with the functions, with all of the functions that we have taken. Try to play with them, try to understand how they are used and so on. What kind of result they can show and so on. Okay.
Okay, doctor. Thank you.
Otherwise, you never learn, because everything, database or programming language or whatever, the experience actually is based on how much you do practice. If you do a lot of practice, you will become very excellent. If you do very little, or you rely on copy and paste, then you will never understand. Okay. Number 10 here, create a query that displays the first 8 characters of the employee's last name and indicates the amount of their salaries with asterisk. Each asterisk signifies $1,000. Okay, so if let's say the salary is 5,000, then we need to show 5 stars. If the salary is 10,000, then we need to show 10 stars. Okay, so what we want to do here, at the beginning here, create a query to display first 8 characters of the employee last name. How to show the first 8 characters? Then we need to use the substring. So we take from the last name, starting from the character number 1, we take only 8 characters. Okay, so we start from character number 1, we retrieve only the first 8 characters from the last name. Then we show the salary. After that, we show the salary as stars. So 1 star for each 1,000. 1 star for each 1,000. Okay, so here, what we need to do, we need to take the salary, we divide it by 1,000. For example, if the salary is 5,000, divided by 1,000, it will become 5. So here, we take 5 plus 1, it will become, plus 1 is after. We take the 5. If let's say the salary is 4,500, it will become 4.5. 4.5 will be rounded to 5, right? Plus 1, it will become 6. Then here, this number is passed to the to the LPAD. So the LPAD here is to do padding for the empty space. We give empty space, then we pad at the left side with stars. Okay, so here it's only workaround to manipulate this. Okay, there are many ideas actually. We can do them. We can use them. This is my answer last year, but I don't know why I put this one. Let us check. So we take this. We put it here. We put it here, and we see the result. Okay, this one is 42,000. Okay, let us start with the small salaries first to make it easy for myself. So this one shows only one dot. You know why? Because this one is 2001 divided by 1000, it will become 2.1. 2.1, if we round it, it will become only 2. So if this become only 2, then why it shows only this? Yes, because this one is 1, right? This one is 1. This one is 2, right? You see, this one is 1. The empty space, because here we put empty space, and the star is number 2, right? And the result here is 2. So what we need to do to replace this space by star, we need 2 plus 1, like that. Okay, let us try if we remove this. Does it work or not? Now everything become null. You see, that's why we need to put space. So instead of this space, I will put like this, minus, or maybe equal, to show you how it works. Okay, now we can see star equal, right? So the equal is already here. I don't know why we use that. So maybe we need to use right pad better to put the space at the left side. Then we continue with the stars. Okay, so for the 2000, we could show only one star because the equal here, the original string actually is going to be counted as well. So that's why we need to replace it by 1. Okay, we plus 1. Okay, so this is the result. Let us check here randomly. This one is 4,400. It will become 4 stars because this will be 4.4. 0.4 will be rounded to 0, right? 0.8 will be rounded to 1. So this one will become 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's correct. Okay? Okay, guys, is that clear?
Yes.
Yeah, doctor.
Okay, so we can keep it like that to show. If let's say you was asked to show stars for something, for maybe for ranking or for evaluation or for whatever, or for marks for students, for example, we give star for every 10 marks from the full mark, then we could show the rank of students, which one is 5 stars, which one is 4 stars, and so on. So there are many applications that require this kind of thing. Okay. Here, use decode function, write a query that displays the grade of all employees based on the value of the column job ID using the following data. So this is the coding. Okay, they need to show what is this? AD Briss, ST-Man, grade B, IT Prop, grade C, SA Prep, grade D, ST Clerk, grade E, none of the above, grade 0. Okay, so in this case, what we need to do, we need to use decode function. Okay, so decode function is easy compared to the switch. If we don't want to use the decode, we can make it with the switch statement. So switch statement will we need to write too much code. But here for the decode function, it's very easy. So here we give the original field that we want to decode, then after that followed by the value, then the code. Again, value, code, value, code, value, code, value, code, then else. This one, if there is no value, we put O or 0. Okay? As what? As a grade. As a grade, this one is the new name. Okay? The new name for the job ID. Okay, is that clear, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, so the decode function takes the original field, then the value, comma, and the code. Its code, new code, comma, the other value, the its code, then comma, the other value and its code, and so on until the end. Even if we have 1,000 values, we can write them in the decode. Otherwise, if we don't want to use this, we have to use switch function. Okay, this is the result. So here, if you want to order by also, order by grade. Okay. Yeah, they will start with A, with 0 first. Let us make it O. Like that. They start with A, followed by B, C, and so on. Okay? So this is a new function actually we did not take in our slide. There are, I don't want to say hundreds of functions, which is true, but let me say tens of functions in the Oracle and in each database. So if you are interested, please go and find the list of functions that was provided by your preferred database to understand how to manipulate and how to deal with your database. Okay.
Doctor.
Yes.
So the decode is like switch case, right?
Yes. Yes. Exactly like this.
It's like switch case in Java,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Also here.
So what's the difference between decode and case?
Decode is smaller and easier to use. This one is the case for the same example. You see, this one is the case for the same thing. Rewrite the statement in the preceding exercise using the case syntax. So in this case, what we have to write, instead of all of this, we need to write that. So you need to remember case, blah, 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 the original field, when the value is like this, then we put the code. If the value is like that, we put the other code and so on. Then else, we put all. The same thing. Same thing. Okay? Even the complexity is not that that different. The difference between them is not that much. Okay? So anyone doesn't understand this? I think it's easy, right? What you need only is to remember how is the syntax of the statement. Okay? Otherwise, you better use the decode. Decode, open braces, the field or the original value, then you start by value, code, value code, value code until the end. Okay? So if you don't have else, you just remove this. If you don't have else. Let us see how it works if we remove the else. Okay? This one, if we remove the else here, many people here has O, right? But if we remove the else here, instead of O, we will see none, right? Also, the other one here, if we remove the O, we cannot remove this only. We have to remove also that comma. Don't forget it, right? And here we could run. We can see that people with null value, their grade is shown as null. Okay?
Okay,
Time is almost over. This is the last case. So here, rewrite the statement in the preceding exercise using the case. Okay, we almost finished. Alhamdulillah, we finished on time. So if you have any question, please let me know. Otherwise, we are going to close this meeting because I think you have other classes, right?
Yeah, Doctor.
Yeah. Okay, please, one more time. Don't forget to form your groups. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we still have one group missed. Please quickly try to form your groups, the other guys. And after that, every group try to propose a topic for me in this group. Don't send me privately, because we want to, if you want to propose a topic, we want to secure it for the group. Nobody can pick it. Okay? So thank you for attending my class, and if you have any questions, just drop it in the WhatsApp group and I will come to you as soon as possible. Thank you, inshallah. See you after the semester break. And during the semester break, if you have anything to propose as a topic for your project, please WhatsApp me on this group. Okay? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, Doctor.